Hey everyone, Ron here, just jumping on from the office. Wanted to give you a quick update on what's happening market-wise and also answer our number one question we've been getting from everybody is this going to be like 2008 again, where prices are going to go off a cliff and the market's going to go crazy and we should hold off on selling, we should hold off on buying? We're going to answer that question today at this point in time, all right? So let's start off with the market. First of all, as I've been doing every week, we're tracking the numbers, right? And we're using last year's spring market as our baseline to compare to what Corona is doing this year to the market compared to last year. So tracking the expected inventory to come on the market. That's how many homes did we expect to come on the market. We already had a very low inventory climate before all this happened. Well, we're seeing a 48% reduction in homes coming on the market to sell versus last year at this time. So people who are nervous about the virus, nervous about what they're doing, they're keeping their 48% less homes on the market than were expected to be on the market using last year as a guide. Now, under agreements, deals being put in place, buyer and seller coming together saying yes, that number is down 41%. So we have a reduction in sales happening, but we have a greater reduction of homes available for sale happening. So that creates a imbalance, and we already had an imbalance of low inventory coming into the marketplace. So the result is we are still in a very strong seller's market. Now, my favorite report, which I just pulled out again this week, shows that of the homes that were listed on March 1st of this year, March 1st, we were already getting into coronavirus at that point. If you put your home on the market March 1st and it has sold already and closed, we are seeing that those homes sold in 5 days to an offer. 5 days. That actually is faster than last year. At 102% of asking price. Okay? So when people are saying, is this affecting the pricing? The answer is no. Prices are strong. Demand is still strong for what's out there. Yes, we have 25% unemployment going on, but that means we have 75% employment. We do see the GDP of the country is going to be going down, and we see wage growth is probably not going to be going up anytime soon. So the foundations of real estate are coming undergun and are going to be causing a longer-term problem if we don't get back to business and open it up again, of course safely, but we have to get going. Longer term, this could be a problem for pricing if inventory starts to gain and jobs get worse and worse and people get nervous about buying. Absolutely. But for right now, we're not seeing that. Okay? Right now, we're seeing strength. Okay? We're also seeing that now is a good time to go on the market or buy a home, because if we do open it up in the next few months, there will be a rush to put homes on the market and buy homes. And so you might want to capitalize on the lower inventory climate right now as a seller, where you would have less competition, and as a buyer, where you would have less buyers you're competing against. So just a little insight there. Now let's talk about why this will not be like 2008, at least at this point in time. There's a few things happening now that were not happening back in 2008. Number one, we just talked about it briefly, the inventory levels. Much lower than last year when the crash happened in 2008. Let's check it out. Basically, in 2008, when the crash happened, in Massachusetts, 44,631 homes on the market. Today, 10,800. Okay, that is 307% higher homes on the market back in 2008 than there are now. So low inventory is one reason why prices will be maintained. Second, mortgages are in much better shape today than they were back in 2008. In 2008, defaults and foreclosures were on the rise before we even went into that crash, okay? Compare that to today, foreclosures were non-existent. Foreclosure markets, short sales were like nothing. Everyone has equity in their home. Back in 2008, pretty much 26% of all mortgages had negative equity. They had no equity in their home. Compare that to now, where 3.5% of homes had negative equity. So basically, the mortgages and people's equity positions are much higher now, where they'll just put their home on the market for sale versus actually a foreclosure happening and causing a downward spiral. Okay. Also, the mortgages back then had less quality. Okay, they were written with lower credit scores, or fog a mirror, get a mortgage, that kind of situation. To compare, the average credit score on a mortgage written now is 770. Back then it was 730. So we have stronger mortgages written now, better equity positions, and lower defaults happening. Now, third, the mortgage companies and the federal government have stepped in proactively to help people not go into foreclosure. They've offered the forbearance, and whether you like it or not, it's an option, right? I understand you're still going to have to pay the money, but it might be added on to your balance of your mortgage, and you pay it off over a longer period of time. You might have to pay it when the forbearance is over, but you may be able to work out a payment plan. The point is, they're working with people to try to keep them in their homes, to try to avoid foreclosure. That didn't happen back in 2008. Okay, so we've never seen that. And fourth, government assistance. I mean, we have not seen this ever. $2 trillion CARES Act, PPP program, unemployment for 1099s and gig contractor people. The Federal Reserve jumping in all over the place, to aid the markets by adding liquidity. Just so much assistance happening to keep people on solid footing, to keep people in their homes, that we just don't see a collapse happening with pricing happening. So, look, all this can change in a matter of 6 months, all right, if we continue down this road and we keep the country closed or we don't get things moving again. But if we do get things moving again, we should maintain a solid footing with real estate, which, remember, a strong housing market is the benchmark of our economy and our communities. We need strong values. We need people to be able to pay their taxes so that we can provide our services to all members of our society. Real estate should be strong. I see it as strong right now. That's your update for today. Hope all is well. Stay safe. We're going to get through this together. Take care.